This is a Fox News alert. For the first time since the government shutdown, President Obama meeting with congressional leaders at the White House. Now, it just happened a short time ago, and the result? It was a dud. There was no progress at all. House Speaker John Boehner saying the president said he will not negotiate. And on Capitol Hill today, Congressman John Mica accusing the Obama administration of using the shutdown to inflict pain on the American people. He joins us. Good evening, sir.
Well, good to be with you. Miss you here in Washington, Greta.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not there. One night in New York. We have tomorrow night, so I'm in New York to interview him.
Well, I hope they didn't deem you non-essential.
Well, they might have done that. I mean, there's always a risk of that. All right. You're pretty hard on the Democrats and on President Obama on this shutdown. Do you see any responsibility in your party?
Well, yes, but I think we've been trying to negotiate for some time. But I think the poke in your eye to the veterans and putting that fence around, again, the World War II memorial was over the top. And the veterans said that. I mean, they can be mad, too, at Republicans and Democrats in Congress, but just no common sense. And that's an open memorial. They did the same thing. I brought a copy of the Martin Luther King memorial, which is just you walk through. And here, look at the personnel they had to use. That costs money to put a fence up. It's crazy. Now, I'll tell you, I sent a letter today. I'm going to find out. You know, I have an investigative subcommittee. We found out what they did in sequestration when they closed down the White House, and that's still been closed down for some 6-7 months. But we're going to try to find out who made these bad decisions, and then look at who is essential, what is essential, what should we be doing? Should we be closing down an open memorial like this?
You know, I'm just stunned by the poor strategy, the pettiness. I mean, the idea that you want to do this to veterans from World War II who fought those cliffs at Normandy and other, unbelievably heroic things, or to African Americans and other Americans who want to visit the new Martin Luther King Memorial, which is a new spectacular memorial out in the open, which is a source of great inspiration to many. I mean, what in the world are you dragging the American people into the poor performance by our leaders? I mean, that's the thing. Is unnecessarily so. I mean, it's unbelievable. What's the point?
Well, that's absolutely what we're saying, and just use some common sense. Nobody's happy about this. I know the American people are disgusted. They don't want to hear the finger pointing, the blame. They sent us here to get the job done. I was pleased that the president finally brought people together. Now we've got to get them talking. We held a conference yesterday. The Democrats never showed up. And we're willing to work. We have compromised bill after. We showed up for work until 12:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. The Senate didn't even come to work on Sunday. They didn't show up till Monday. Imagine not showing up for work until 2 o'clock on Monday.
I agree with you on that, but let me back it up a little bit. I was scandalized in the beginning of August when everybody, Republicans, Democrats, House, Senate, took a 5-week vacation knowing September 30th was going to roll around. You should have taken care of it then before you went on your 5-week vacation. Republicans, Democrats, House, Senate, everybody, because everybody else across America, they're looking and saying, I did my job. You all took 5 weeks off. Even if you did some constituent work, this was more important. And now we bear the brunt of it because you all can't get along, can't do your job.
Well, again, it could have been a much more productive time. You know, we tried, I serve on government reform, to do many of the things that had backed up in our investigative committee. It's important that people come together. This can be resolved. You know, I worked back. I was chief of staff in the Senate for Senator Hawkins. I remember Ronald Reagan calling me a staffer, engaging with me to try to get votes in the Senate. I voted to impeach Bill Clinton, and then Bill Clinton and I worked together. We worked together to solve problems for the American people. Now, we've got the president has to show leadership. The election's over. He can't run for anything else. I
agree. This is time we can. This is when we don't need fighters. We don't need boxers. We don't need people to throw punches. We need leadership, and I hope that we find some in the next day or so. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Thank you. You're right on target.